been quite a fun football season so far, Rio.
Yeah, it has loads of ups and downs, loads of controversies. So yeah, it's the normal run-of-the-mill season.
From where you were a few weeks ago, where you were behind Manchester City, what's the feeling in the camp that you're now level on points coming into, I suppose, the second half?
It doesn't change, if I'm honest with you. As I said, we just go out there and play our own game. Everyone, we all understand, they're going to talk about you're so many points behind and you've got to do this, you've got to do that. We've been here many times before. We know that we keep our own house in order, and we keep playing, we keep focused and keep going forward to doing what the manager asks us to do. Then hopefully we'll get over the line first, and that's always been the case here. We never get into a panic or get too highly strung.
Is it true that Darren Gibson can now have a all-you-can-eat free card at your restaurant after scoring the winner against Manchester City?
Well, he's got to score an own goal against us first, and then we'll be all right. But no, he's
he can get dessert then, can he?
Yeah, he can have drinks as well then. But no, he's a great lad. It was good times there. He was a great member of the squad, and I'm sure he'd have been pleased about getting the goal against City. But yeah, it was just tongue in cheek really.
And because the boss said that it was all part of the master plan.
Yeah, well, the boss works in mysterious ways like that, so I believe him.
Let's talk about Chelsea. The game last September, what do you remember about that?
It was a real performance and result that kind of set the tone when you think to yourself, yep, we're setting in the right direction, definitely here. And we saw signs in that game that if we're all playing well and we continue to do what the stuff we're being told by the management, that there's not many teams who can live with us, and Chelsea are a top team.
I know you'd like to be sitting here and just talking about football. Is it a relief to you that John Terry won't be playing because of injury, and that takes the whole handshake yes, handshake no out of the equation?
No, not really, I'll be honest with you. I couldn't care less if he played or not. I just think about playing for Manchester United and winning the game, and that was all that I was thinking about. I think I let the media and stuff all talk about it and go on about it and create the storms, and as I said, we're footballers. We want to go out there, that's where we're best, that's where we enjoy being most of the time, and is playing football. And so the result and the performance of our team against theirs was definitely the most important thing for me.
You've always been at the forefront of anti-racism campaigns. The difference here is that this is a Ferdinand family issue as well. I just wonder whether that's made it more difficult for you, more difficult for the family.
Well, Anton's my little brother, do you know what I mean? So, as I said, obviously we've grown up together and I've looked after him when we were kids. So if something's going to affect him and hurt him, then I'm always there for a shoulder to lean on. But in moments like this, when the things are so public, and you're bound to say stuff, you can't really say anything. It can be frustrating, and it has been. But as I said, this is when you lean on the sport that we play and love, which is football, and it takes your mind off of things, and you can go out there and when you're playing football and forget about it for a little while. But as I said, for my family, yeah, it's been tough. And at the end of the day, my brother's, he's not brought no accusations to anyone. He's not the accused, but he's had to sit there and take abuse, which has been very disappointing, and from some small-minded people. So I hope people kind of see what the effects of that does have on people, not just the actual person, it's the people around them as well, and think before they speak sometimes.
The captaincy is going to be an issue now again because it's been taken away from John Terry. Do you want it back?
Honestly, no.
You genuinely don't want to be England captain again?
No, I mean, I've been England captain before for a brief period. It was taken away from me. So I'd just kind of concentrate on playing for Manchester United, to be honest with you. I'm happy playing good football for Manchester United, and if I'm selected for the squad, then as usual, I'll be delighted.
I've heard you speak quite passionately about the issue of racism in football and in sport in general. In your opinion, is it a better sport, less racist now than it was when you came into it?
I don't know, man. It's a hard one. I'll be honest with you, I've felt like I've almost kind of been fooled a little bit over the years, because you look back to the days when John Barnes and all the guys were playing beforehand and all the stuff they were having to deal with, bananas on the pitch, etc. And I've always been someone who's championed our country for making great strides, and we have. But I thought it was that era was gone, and it just seems like it was just put to one side for a while, and now it seems to be coming out and is a little bit more prominent. But I hope it's just a group of small-minded people that are kind of making it newsworthy at the moment, and it'll be stamped out. But there's obviously still great strides to be made.
Being so passionate about it, wouldn't you want to be captain and be a leader on that issue? I know I keep coming back to that statement, but you feel strongly about this. You could take a stand and say, yeah, here are the 3 lines, I'm the man leading the team, and this is the way we're going.
I don't need the armband to be a captain or to be a leader on the pitch. I think, as I said, at Man United we've got various leaders on the pitch, whoever wears the armband. Over the years it's always been the case. At England as well. And that's always been more documented, and I think just having the armband doesn't make you shout that much harder, organise that much more, or play harder. When you go to play for England, it doesn't matter who's the captain, doesn't matter who the manager is. I want to play for England. I'm English. Simple as that.
You're one of those players, over the years, how many times do you think you've been written off?
Yeah, that's part and parcel with the job that we've got, and that's what I've grown to understand. No one can go throughout their career and be loved throughout their whole career. You know what I mean? Even Scholesy, when he was playing for England, people saying he should retire, then he retired and people saying we want him back. Do you know what I mean? And Scholesy's the most loved player that I've ever played with. So it's expected, but as I said, if people are saying stuff about you, good or bad, you must be doing something right.
Is Paul Scholes your hero?
I probably talk about him in interviews more than anyone else. I just love the way he plays football, simple as that. As I said, if I was going to come back reincarnated as a footballer, I'd be a merge between him and Cristiano Ronaldo probably, and Messi.
That's quite a combination.
And the Brazilian Ronaldo. But yeah.
One minute. So Paul Scholes, a bit of Scholes in there. What would you
for
have
his passing,
Scholes?
for his
passing.
long range passing.
Brazilian Ronaldo for?
His acceleration and his movement to score goals.
Okay, Portuguese Ronaldo?
For his shooting and his mentality.
And Messi for
his dribbling.
mad skills.
Dribbling.
That would be a deadly quartet.
I think he'd win Footballer of the Year for about 5 or 6 years on a bounce.
And whose Barnet would you have? I mean, I know you're a man who takes great care in your appearance, so...
I'll probably just go for this one, if I'm honest. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I would.
You're genuinely serious about
that? I wouldn't have Ronnie's haircut, and I wouldn't have Messi's, and I wouldn't have Scholesy's. So yeah, I'd have mine. And Ronaldo's one at the World Cup that time with a bit on the front. I wouldn't go for that.
Okay. When it all comes to an end, football-wise, are you going to walk away? Are you going to do a bit of match of the day media stuff, or do you fancy coaching, management, that sort of business? I'll
be honest with you. I'll wake up and any one of them, any day I could think about any one of them things you just mentioned there. I just don't know. I'm not sure. I feel I'll stay in football because I just love the game too much, I think, to walk away from it. But whether in what capacity, I don't know. Whether it be TV, whether it be management, coaching, I couldn't even tell you, to be honest with you now.
You can always test yourself out on the Football Focus sofa if you fancy it.
Yeah, I think we'd be a good combo if you fancy it. I think we could actually take over from the old fogies on a match of the day.
You can't say it. You know how much trouble you'll get me in with Lineker.
No, I'm joking. But no, we could. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I really haven't put too much thought into it, if I'm honest, because as I said, my whole thought is just about the next game coming up and stuff. I know it sounds boring, but it is. I wouldn't want to dwell too much on what I'm going to do next.